Okay, we are back with Mad Max. I've had a question regarding how it is that I play games in general, and this one in particular. And there's a particular style of game. You'll see it in Mad Max, in like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, a whole bunch of games where there's some sort of a tower or something that unlocks a portion of the map. And here you can see these vantage outposts. They're balloons. This one has a little green check mark next to it, meaning that I have done that. And that's how you get most of the markers on your map. This one here doesn't have it. This area has got the hash marks through it indicating I haven't even been in there yet. And so, generally speaking, anytime I'm playing a game like this, that becomes my top priority, is getting all of those things undone, unlocked, so that I've got as much of the map revealed as possible. And then I will progress from there through other things. And you can see I've done quite a bit of work since the last time I did a video. Geek's territory is now set up at up in the right hand corner. You can see 0. So I've taken out all of the bad guy power stuff from Geek's territory. Gut Gash is still at 3. And you can see this area is a little bit lighter colored than this area, which is lighter colored than this area. The lighter the color, the closer it is to this kind of pale slate, whatever color, the lower the overall threat in the sub area of that region. So we'll go ahead and show how this is done in Mad Max by driving out to here and unlocking this area. Also, I have upgraded the car quite a bit. I've got the big heavy-duty, top-of-the-line shredder rims for the wheels. About ran into the wall there. Talking and driving, don't mix. Good thing the car's armored. Speaking of which, I've also upgraded the armor. You can see it's got 2 bars in the back and more reinforcements, so the armor's quite a bit stronger. Missed my turn. This never happens, by the way, when I'm riding in the car with my wife and talking to her. Okay, so it always happens. Pretty much always happens. I have an autopilot that will drive around and allow me to talk without running into other cars or people or stuff like that. But it tends to miss turns. Anyway, so I've done that. I've got second to the top of the line V6. I don't remember if I had that before. But the harpoon's fully upgraded. Switch over to the harpoon there, level 6. Which allows me to pull down massive structures. That's all that level 6 does. That's all it adds, is just the ability to pull down massive structures. And that's about all the upgrades I've done. Oh, we got some bad guys sitting up here. They're all dead already, so I don't need to ram them. And you can see off in the distance on the right side of that big kind of... Well, you can't see it now. You can see it come around there. Yeah, that little balloon up in the sky. That is roughly where we are headed. Party coming. He calls out a lot of like, oh no, enemies kind of things, and you'll never see him. I don't know what his detection range is or whatever, but it seems to be a little silly. So here we are. Oh, kissed the ball a little bit there. Get out of shape. Well, in a previous video, I said the dual treadies were my favorite tires. It's actually the wide treadies are my favorite tires. That's not true. Those are more of a street tire. My favorite is actually the ones I've got on now, which are the dual groovies, and they're more of a multi-roll tire. I'm trying to remember all my controls. I've been playing other games, and I'll be whacking the M button to get the map, and that's not how you do it in this game. It's tab. Throw you to the ground, kick your ass. He's down. Next. Oh, come on. Come on. Here, boy. Slam. These guys are called ferals. They're basically just humans that have had their minds broken or were raised from young age or something like that to basically kind of think of themselves as animals. Oh, that was easy. Location 100% looted. Grabbed one thing. Yeah, see, ferals are not nice things. Maggots there, that's food if you're really, really hungry. Ammo belt's full. There's an achievement, I think, for eating a certain number of maggots. It's kind of gross. Alright, so the balloon is up in the air, so I can't get into it, so I need to pull it down. And down it comes. Now sometimes this will need fuel to run to pull, so that you can pull it down. Sometimes when the balloon comes down, or if it's already down, it won't have any fuel in it. So we'll hop in and see if we've got fuel. Fuel gauge on the right next to the shotgun symbol is full, so we're good to go. Press the space bar to, no, that's descend. We went the left shift to ascend. Far Cry 4 space bar goes up in the gyrocopters, so again, that kind of trying to shift mental gears. So we go up in the balloon to get the lay of the land. It's the same with a lot of these games. It's some sort of a tall structure that you can see a good distance from, that then reveals the region. This one's called Reek Hills.
Shit.
Alright, so I'm now looking through my binoculars. Oh, and there's that little blue circle there, just to the left of center, and as I come over it, bingo, fortified scarecrow. So I need to scan around and do all this, and there's a trick to it. You can go around like this, slowly, manually trying to get all your stuff, but it takes a lot of picking up the mouse and pulling it back and swipe across to get the whole thing. So what you want to do instead is press 1 to exit out of there, which will get the map and it'll put on the stuff that you found. Then you escape out of that. Now you can look around nice and quickly and you can see where all those little blue dots are. There's 2 over there. And you always want to check up close. There's usually nothing right up close, but you want to check. So we got 2 over there, we got 1 there. I missed that one. And that's it. So now I'll hit 1 to open the binoculars. Blink, blink. Close the binoculars, we get the whole map thing again. We'll add those in. And now I'm going to come down right to this one. Get it. Yep. And that should be everything. Let's double check. One of the neat things about this game, I'm kind of exaggerating a little bit. And this is called the Reek Hills because these are sulfur pits right there, by the way. Sulfur smells bad. The stuff, the overlay on the screen, where you can see it says Death Run and Fortified Scarecrow and stuff like that, that does not appear on the side monitors that I have in the 3-monitor display. So I have to make sure that I'm not just relying on them for pretty much anything. They're good for, picking up things moving in their periphery and watching out for guys who are about to try to kick your butt in melee combat. And sometimes you'll see me react to people that aren't on the screen, and that's because the side screens let me see them coming in. They're telegraphing a punch from about 4 miles out, and then I can block. So, yep. Pick the right side of the car. Alright, so now that we've done all that, typically within the region, what I'll do is I'll go region to region, but within a region I'll come out and I will take out the snipers first. I hate snipers a lot, and so I'll go out and take them out first, and then the scarecrows are kind of lower priority. I usually save the mines for last because I really hate them, and I kind of have 2 minds that, part of me is like, well, do them first to get them out of the way. But the big issue that I have with mines is I don't like a lot of people driving by and trying to pick fights with me while I'm standing in a minefield. So I'll usually save the entire whole area's mines for last. Once I've got it down to where it's a threat of 1, there's the lowest number of patrols, then I'll go ahead and I'll get Chum's buggy, to get the dog, because the dog can detect the mines, and that's how you disarm the mines. Well, the stupid thing there is the dog would fit in the car, but that's not how it works. So, you know, you're driving around in Chum's buggy. You've got no harpoon. You basically, all you have to defend yourself with a shotgun. The buggy's sort of quick, but it handles like crap. And so it's the wrong vehicle to be in a fight. So I'll get as many bad guys out of the area as possible before I go out and clear all the minefields all at once. And that's what I did over here in Geek's territory. Is I had everything but minefields done before I did any minefields. That looks uncomfortable. So yeah, let's see what else is there to do nearby here. Well, let's head up here and work the convoy. This is an interesting bug that just happened. I'm waiting for this to happen while I was recording. You hear the car, right? Only just barely can hear the car. Well, sometimes when you go to the map and come out, the car gets really, really quiet. But if you go to the map again, now the car's nice and loud like it's supposed to be. And that bug's been there since the game was released. One of the main reasons I'm playing in 3 monitors again is they fixed one of the other more egregious bugs, which was that you couldn't use the harpoon from the third-person camera where you can see the car if you had triple monitors running. You had to go in like this and, you know, try to do all your shooting from inside the car. And it's difficult to drive and aim and fire from that view. I'm not sure which direction the convoy runs on this. So, let's just sit here for a second. And I'll hop out so I can drink a little bit of water, get my health replenished.
These convoys, they're all full of oil and gas. But it's Scrotus property.
Yeah, he doesn't mind if I take it. We had a talk. We came to an understanding. He wouldn't complain if I took his oil, and I was gonna put a chainsaw on his head. Alright. Oh, here comes the convoy from this direction. There we go. Switching to Thunderpin because it's effective. There's a pickup truck with a whole load of guys in the back. You don't want to drive alongside it for a long time because it will, those guys will jump over, and there's the flamethrower guy. They'll jump over and kick you and basically be jerks. And I think they probably have thunder sticks. Most of the time they do. So we'll shoot the flamethrower guy. And he goes. Switch the shotgun. Dang it. Yeah, that's not what I meant to do. Shoot that guy. I was trying to hit the tank on that car that was just up ahead of me now. So I can one-shot kill that if I can hit that red tank. Come here. Boom. Go back to the thunder phone. All the guys in the back of the truck automatically die when you do that. Now we've got one guy behind us. Oh, and we've got a bunch of people. These are just regular roamers, but unfortunately they do get in the way.
Behind those panels, there.
Yeah, this is what they try to do. The convoy guys will try to knock you away, and then he'll run and catch up. But his goal is just to slow you down, keep you away from the convoy. And that's alright, because the convoy is just going to run round and round and round, and they will come back around. And Chum Bucket can fix the car up and get everything nice and shiny again. And it's funny, you probably can't tell now, but usually, like, yeah, just barely missed it there on this back quarter panel, and some of the other parts of the car, there'll be like dents and stuff that that magically vanish as he's working him on the head. I understand why they do it that way, but it's kind of funny. Alright, off we go. Run the opposite direction because that's the quickest way to catch them. And it gets that nice head-on run, which is always nice for the camera. And fun. Looks we're gonna go by a... Oh, we're not gonna go by, we're gonna go through. Oh, we just missed. I'll have to come back around and do that. Did a bit of damage to the car on that landing, but I think we got enough time to try to line up for that jump properly. Take the scarecrow out, still get some good repairs in before the convoy gets here. Alright. Boom! Alright. Fix this up. And there's no destroyed 20 scarecrows, like achievement things, and that levels you up. Here comes the convoy. Come on, chum. Alright, shut time. We gotta go. Crunch. Shoot this guy. Now, you have to destroy this vehicle in the convoy. You can't just disable it, so you may as well take it completely out. And you can shoot the wheels off, or any of the other ways that you have of stopping a vehicle without killing it, but there's kind of no point. Now you'll see this thing's kind of got armor on the sides and the back. When I can't do it that way. When I get up close behind it, it will let me shoot at it with the shotgun. Come on. There we go. And there's some of the armor falling off. Do I have anything exposed on this side? No. Here's the back. Alright. And now we can see the fuel that he's carrying. And that will allow us to do a whole lot of damage. And there he is. Flaming wreckage. And here we are with a brand new hood ornament.
Just go.
It's entirely possible to just target that truck and try to take it out right from the get-go, because if you do that, the other guys generally don't stick around very much for a fight after that. They run away. I have had them fight me as well. I'm not sure how the AI works on that or how it's supposed to work, but generally they'll kind of wander off, so you can pick up the hood ornament. Let's have a look at the map. Oh, we got some bad guys coming. We got another fight. So you'll have these camps. I do tend to prioritize the camps because you get scrap from them, and that's like I said before, it's one of the best ways to make money consistently in the game. Where you can find the intel encounters near camps, they'll usually give you some information about like a secret way in or something along those lines. And I try to pick them up before I do the camp, but really it doesn't make a camp a lot easier to do it that way. But speaking of how I play the game overall, I hinted at this when I was talking about the building up, the advancements and building the car and building up Max. You can see that now Max has basically every skill. I was one short and I've got enough scrap now. And now that is, he has every skill. So in ground, come back here. In ground combat, Max is pretty much as badass as I can make him, with the exception of, oops, I keep hitting the wrong thing. with the exception of, like his gear. And I need basically one more level, because I'm at level 9 for his Reluctant Saint, and then I have the next rank, which is Deathwalker, which that is in red because that's what unlocks this. So one more level for that, and then I've got those, and the same thing for the jacket, and so on. So I mean, basically he's as badass as I can make him right now, and for the most part I ignore the storyline things until that's what's holding me back at any point in the game, so that I am as strong as possible, because that allows me to play more for what I think is fun, what I enjoy, and it makes me feel overpowered, which I find to be enjoyable. I don't like to be struggling just to stay alive, and just always feeling like I'm just one slip up away from not completing an objective or whatever. I like to be the superhero. I like to be the main character, the action hero, whatever you want to call it. That's why I play these games, and so that's how I go about achieving that. Yank a guy out of a truck. Oh, we're in bad shape again. Gotta jump out. Alright, who wants butt kicking? Oh. Yeah. The funny thing is, when you got multiple vehicles doing this, only one of them, this one here, actually will hit you. These others won't. So you only have to figure out which one it is, and then dodge that vehicle. That was complete bullshit. I totally rolled that. But anyway, they switched places, and now it's a big melee. But yeah, there's only one that is actually going to run into you, so you just need to figure out which one that is. Come on, come on. Come on. This is bullshit. Come here. That's what I was trying to do. Kick him near enough another guy that when he blew up, another one would blow up as well. I'll take that, and you'll die. So the it's not 100% like I was saying, like I was making it out to be, but it's for the most part pretty much only one vehicle in a melee group like that is going to be actually trying to hit you. The others will drive by and honk and so on, but they won't actually run you over. So if you can figure out which one it is, you can just focus on dodging that one and leave the others alone. Alright. Wrong side again. It's funny, sometimes Chum will comment on that, that like maybe you're addle-brained or something because you keep getting in the wrong side of the car. Of course, he won't do that when I'm recording because that would be convenient, but, Alright, well that's probably enough for this episode. That goes over the gist of how I like to play things through. I unlock things, and it's a, I don't know, maybe it's OCD or something, but I like to do things in a particular order, and a large part of that is that I am kind of a completionist, and therefore I want to get everything done, and if I do it in an order, then I know that I have gotten everything done. Collect all the stuff that you want to collect, and some games like this, there are so many of certain collectibles that it's damn near impossible to get them all. If you want to do that, by all means, more power to you. But I consider myself to be a completionist. I like to try to check off every single box, but even so, I think most people kind of need to draw the line somewhere, otherwise you end up, alone. Because the wife wouldn't appreciate me spending that much time at the computer. But another thing, the scavenging locations. Now, like this one, you can see it says scrap and water storage parts. Well, the water storage parts are for the water storage at Gutgash here, so that I get a full canteen every time I go back. So that one I definitely will hit. But say this one where it's just 2 scrap, no. I mean, if I'm there and I happen to be driving slow and don't have anything to do, I might jump out and grab this. But yeah, most of the stuff, skip. My first playthrough, I did every single the scavenging location in Jeet's area. I think I did them all in Gutgash, but Pink Eye and Deep Fry, just no, it's way too much time sunk into not enough payout. A history relic and scrap, it's just no. This is not nearly enough stuff. Now, scrap pellets, I think there's like 50 scrap in a scrap pellet, so that might be worth picking up. But even so, I mean, it's going to be more of, I'm in the area, I happen to notice, oh, there's a scrap pellet there, and then I'll go get it. But that's, kind of where the line gets drawn for me. And like I said, everybody can draw their own line wherever they feel most comfortable with it. I'm not saying that the way I play is the best way to play or the only way to play or anything like that. Just this is what works for me. And if you're kind of inclined in that way, I think that my methodology of unlocking, all of the information I can about all the areas, because let's say I'm up here working on this minefield, and there's a minefield right there. Probably not, but let's say there was. Well, if there's a minefield right there, and I'm in the dune buggy anyway, but I don't know that there's a minefield there because I haven't unlocked it, then I've wasted a trip. I mean, that's actually a bad example because minefields don't show up from the vantage points, only when you drive by them. But you get the idea. If I'm working on scarecrows or I'm working on whatever, and there's 2 of them really close by across one of these borders, you can save yourself a trip if you've discovered everything in the area first. And that's basically why I do it that way. OCD, obsessed with efficiency, whatever you think of it. I have a system for everything. And it's generally well thought out, and most people are usually not interested. But somebody asked me about how I play the game, why I play the game the way I do, and that is the answer. So until next time, this is the Autonomous Geek, and I do thank you for watching. Have a great day.